So you're about to list your home in Virginia Beach in 2025, but are you really ready? We're going to go over 5 things today that you need to do before you even consider putting your home on the market. Hi, I'm Christina. I am a realtor and investor here in Virginia Beach. And in 2025, I gotta tell you, buyers are very picky today. So we're gonna go over some things that they will be looking for when they come into your home. So let's cancel the photographer, let's cancel the stager. Don't even think about putting a for sale sign in the yard. We're gonna get your home ready, and we're gonna get you ready, most of all, to put your home on the market because, gosh, it's a transition, isn't it? Okay, so the first thing is, okay, we're not talking about going to Zillow and, getting the Zestimate because they don't really have boots on the ground here in Virginia Beach. I've been in and out of homes and I see what's on the market. I know how long these things sit. I know what neighborhoods are hot and which neighborhoods are not. And I know what buyers are really looking for. So all of that really plays into the value of your home. You could have a home in a neighborhood that isn't exactly like the most desirable, but because your home is like, the chef's kiss, you will get that home sold quickly. And that's kind of my goal, is to make sure that when a buyer comes into your home, that's the way they feel. Because we all know that buying a home is emotional, selling a home is emotional. We want to make sure that we have this home in the best light as possible. Like your life depends on it because you're going to be moving anyway, right? So those closets that are crammed full of clothes that don't fit you, get rid of them. Or pack them up and, put them in the garage in a box. Declutter your cabinets in your kitchen. Are there dishes that you've been collecting that, you don't even use? Get rid of those, donate them, do those kinds of things, because it does make a difference when buyers open up cabinets and they can see space. You might know that there's a lot of space in the home, but when somebody comes in and they're looking at these things and everything feels like it's shoved in there, guess the first thing that they're going to think is, this home doesn't have a lot of space. Silly things like doorknobs that are loose, or doors on, like screen doors that are creaky, and you need some WD-40, or just those little touches really do make a big difference. Taking down personal pictures. That's a big one. A lot of people are, it's your home, and we all know that it's your home, but we really don't want to see Miss Margaret on the wall when a new buyer is coming in, because that's not her Miss Margaret. We just want to make sure that they can really see themselves in your home. We want to take down anything that's kind of work related. We don't want to give them too much information on what you do for a living or anything like that. So, take those things down, and maybe we just do something that's more generic. Sorry, but that's kind of what we have to do. Those jiggly door handles and things like that, leaky faucets. Are there things that drove you nuts that were on the honey-do list that didn't get done in the last 10 years? Well, it's time to do them. When my husband and I moved, I told him, I said, in the last 2 weeks that we were prepping our home to get it on the market, we did more in those 2 weeks than we did in 10 years. And that's the God's honest truth. And so that's really how you need to look at your home, is all the little things that that you've looked over, like the scuffs on the wall and the carpet, the spot on the carpet that, Fido did, last week, and you got it kind of clean, but there's still a stain there. You need to take care of those things, because those are the things that buyers really are looking for. They're looking to make sure that when they come in, they don't have to spend a ton of time, getting everything ready. Make sure that you have beautiful curb appeal, because I can tell you right now, I've had buyers that go into a neighborhood, they might beat me to the house 2 minutes before, and they're calling me up, hey Christina, let's keep it moving. And that's okay for a buyer to do that, because if they're not going to be happy there, that's fine, but we have to make sure that we don't give them a reason to do that. So we're going to do those things. We're going to make sure that the gutters are clean, they don't have leaves and mini trees hanging out of them, and that your siding is pressure washed, your curbs are nice and neat, you've mowed your lawn, it's not up to your knees, it's edged, it's, the little things really do make a difference. Maybe you put fresh mulch down, or you have, beautiful river rock, or whatever you've done in your yard, just spruce it up a little bit. Put a few colorful plants in the yard. Those things really do make a difference, I promise you. And that should really be the first thing after you get your market analysis. That should be the first thing that you start looking at, because sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and if you don't want to do it, you may have to hire somebody to get to it for you. That you have them all in one spot. So those are going to be your taxes. Make sure you have a couple years worth of taxes ready. Those will be warranties. If you have warranties on your appliances or anything like that, a home warranty, maybe you've had repairs done to the home that you have those receipts for. Get all of that stuff together, because you may need it. You know, I might be calling you saying, hey, did you ever, maintenance this item? Or, when was the last time this was done? Or things like that. If you had a roof installed, when was your HVAC installed? Get all of that information, because those are really important to the buyer to know that those high cost things are not going to cost them, a fortune, because remember, they're paying high interest rates right now and their mortgage is already going to be high. So everything that we can take care of and have in order and ready for those buyers is going to make it a lot less stressful for you, I promise. So I'm Christina Barnhart, and again, I'm a realtor here in Virginia Beach and an investor, and I would love to help you sell your home. If you've got any other questions, just reach out to me. Click the links below. I've got some checklists down there and things that would be helpful for you, and get in touch with me. I'd love to come over to your home, have a chit chat with you. There's no pressure, nothing like that, and just kind of go through some things with you, look at your home with a second set of eyes, and just know that I've got your back and we're going to get this done. So until next time, guys, have a good one.